Hey, what's up everyone? It's James, Worship Confessional 23.
No one can toque to save me. No yung clis to jo malive. Where I geza Jose batenan lecho mo. New onus tonight molinai yon sora show.
So let's talk about some good things. What was good? The set list was great. I thought the set list was excellent this week. We were going to open with I Found Jesus that we did on Easter, but just at the last minute decided against it, and we substituted in Song of Hope by Robbie Seaband. Great song. The band love it. The church love it. Real good opener. Love the call to worship theme in it. So we did Song of Hope, then we did Everlasting God, and then we did, what did we close with? Oh, Giver of Life, Tim Hughes. So that was the first set. The first set went really well, I thought. Musically, the band were very tight. The Giver of Life thing, we did the whole Don't Fear the Reaper intro again to it, and it's just, I mean, it's kind of unusual, kind of different, but is a really good intro just to kind of bring the start of the song down to a level where it's just guitar and vocals and get the congregation a little more intimately involved. So we did that again. Second set, we sang, we did You Gave Your Life Away, and then we did One Thing. No, we did the other way around, I'm sorry. We did One Thing, and then we did You Gave Your Life Away. Both songs really tight, really good. And then on Sunday evening, we had a baptism service at a house of one of the members of the church. They have a real nice kind of party pad and a pool, so we had a baptism service. And we sang You Gave Your Life Away and Surrender. And actually the evening was really nice, just kind of a nice moment of worship to kind of accentuate the occasion. What else was good? The band was really tight. The band was, we hadn't really rehearsed these songs in a while. We didn't have rehearsal last week, but it all came together really well, even with the last minute song change. The mix was good. The monitors were great. I thought our energy on stage was fantastic. Had a really good moment at the beginning of the second set where I just kind of threw some frustration. I'll talk about those in a minute, but just kind of stopped what we were doing and just kind of exhorted the congregation a little bit. Spoke about, well, Scott in his message had used the verse, something that Jesus said is either you're for me or against me, and I kind of built on that and said, you know, Jesus also said either be hot or cold, don't be lukewarm, and how the Bible goes on to say that Jesus kind of vomits the lukewarm out of his mouth and rejects it. And I said our worship shouldn't be lukewarm. Our worship should really be meant from the heart, and really try to persuade the congregation into it. And they received what I was saying. The reaction wasn't great. I mean, the response to it wasn't great in worship, but it was a good moment. I felt just kind of an opportune time to teach a little bit and try and instill a little more understanding in the church. So there was some good. The bad. Well, let's see. It was a frustrating morning for me. The frustration, well, there was two parts of frustration. First off, there was some kind of last-minute changes to the programming, kind of the order of service, that I felt would create some awkward moments, and I kind of voiced that. And so those awkward moments actually did occur, and they were awkward. Just kind of placement of the greeting, placement of announcements, just kind of really brought the energy down, and it's frustrating for me because I really felt like Carlos mentioned on his blog a few weeks ago. There was like a video of the HGV $1 Million Home winner, and he asked the question: "Don't you sometimes feel as a worship leader like you're the game show host with the unenthusiastic game show contestant?" And I really felt that way this Sunday. I felt like I was giving it my all. In fact, the whole team, the whole band on stage were giving it their all. Our energy was high, and we were just brick-walled. It was like stonewalling in the congregation. There was just no response. And even with kind of the encouragement and like the vocal energizing of, come on, let's make some noise for God, let's put our hands together and stuff like that, there was nothing. So it's just one of those Sundays. But I mean, I have the long view, and I know that this is just kind of a blip on the radar. So God is still at move, and I also recognize that despite the lack of visual response, doesn't mean that God wasn't ministering to people. So that was frustrating, and these kind of awkward moments were frustrating. But generally speaking, it was it was okay. I mean, they were, you take the good with the bad, and the bad doesn't happen all that often, and you just try and learn from it. So it's good, it's the bad. I don't think there's any ugly. So I've got rehearsal tonight with the team. Really looking forward to that. We've kind of changed our rehearsal room a little bit, and we actually have a bigger room now, so I'm hoping we can just kind of turn the volume and crank it a little bit. Next Sunday, the usual Sunday, got a good set list lined up. I'm not doing anything new. And then the week after that, I'm in England, so I get the week off. My buddy Trent is coming in to lead worship, so looking forward to hearing how that goes. But you guys have a great week, and I'll post a confession next week before I get on a plane. See you then. Bye.
To live without you.